Hello, and welcome to the Thrive Mindset Podcast. I am so glad you are here with me. My name is Carrie Dahle, and I am your host. I am an entrepreneur, author, podcaster, manifester, and motivator. And I am on a mission to empower you to create the life of your dreams. If you are looking to up-level your life, relationships, finances, productivity, and success, you have come to the right place. I will share with you tools, resources, strategies, my failures, and my successes that have all helped me achieve the life of my dreams. It is my goal with this podcast to help you see your potential and empower you to create the life of your dreams. So let's get to it. Well, welcome back to the Thrive Mindset Podcast. I have a topic that we all need to hear today, and we're going to talk about how you can shift your perspective from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset. I've been doing a lot of thinking about both of these mindsets lately, and mostly because my whole purpose is to encourage you and empower you to manifest the life of your dreams. But what I notice amongst my family, my friends, people I love, people I'm just talking to when I'm out and about, is how many people actually have a scarcity mindset. So I want to talk about how we can shift away from that. And I think we need to dive into how these mindsets are shaped. So I believe that all of our outcomes when it comes to manifesting are driven by the mindsets that we have. And they're shaped in our beliefs and our behaviors. And ultimately, all the outcomes are driven by this. So let's dive into what is a scarcity mindset. So a scarcity mindset is a belief system that we have rooted in us that's based on fear of not having enough. Whether it's money or time or opportunity or resources, we have this fear that there's never enough. And this scarcity mindset is often limiting us in our possibilities. We're constantly worried. We're always thinking there's going to be a lack of friendship, a lack of opportunity, a lack of whatever it is. And unfortunately, those things, they're driven into us as children. And unless you've been raised by parents who don't have a scarcity mindset, well, unfortunately, you're going to have some of these beliefs that you're going to have to overcome. I mean, think about it. We've talked about the fact that you heard probably always, money doesn't grow on a tree. You have to work hard for this. You know, there's only so much gold for so many people. Oh, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Which that one really makes no sense to me. I mean, why can't you have a cake and eat it too? But you're told all of these things that create this idea in your head that there's not enough. There's never enough. And what's so frustrating about that is there is enough. There is plenty of money in this world to go around for everyone. There is plenty of time. There's plenty of opportunity. In fact, just discussing with our oldest son's girlfriend yesterday, we went out, we had a beautiful afternoon. I just adore that girl. We went to a winery that was having this women's event, and I was commenting on the fact that I loved that there was all these booths, and they were all women-owned businesses. And the whole point of this collective group in our area is to promote each other and raise each other up. And I love it. And I was telling our son's girlfriend that I don't understand why women specifically, I think men do this too, but I think women are worse about it. Why we think it's okay to tear other people down, and we get jealous, and so-and-so's doing this, and I could do it better. Why not say, Jessica's got this business and that's awesome, and I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to do it different in my own way, and we're both going to do great, and we're both going to be amazing at it. Why don't we do that? I wish that this next generation can be better at it. And I think that they are. But I think a lot of that is really rooted in this scarcity mindset. Because if you believed there was enough for everyone, you would not be so scared or so quick to cut other people down. Because you would believe they could do it, and you could do it, and she could do it, and he could do it. And you all could be doing a similar thing your own way and succeed at it and be incredibly profitable. So what I think I want you to hear is that a scarcity mindset can be so incredibly limiting. It will keep you trapped in a cycle of fear and scarcity, and it will hinder you in your ability to take risks or make bold decisions or embrace new opportunities or to even see those new opportunities because you're so caught up in it not being there that you miss it. And this isn't just about like money or jobs. It affects various aspects of your lives, from your finances to your relationships, to your personal growth, to your happiness. So I think about relationships. And again, yesterday when I was out with our son's girlfriend, I loved so many of the conversations we were having. But another one that I am so happy she shared with me was she was talking about, not right before, but not too long before she met my son, which is now almost 3 years ago. She'd gotten out of a relationship, and for the first time in her life, she was focusing on herself. She was focusing on just being who she is and being happy and being the light that she is in this world. And she wasn't focused on boys, and she wasn't focused on even looking for a boy. And because of that, she was not so focused on what she didn't have and how she could possibly get it. And instead, she was taking care of herself and she was just enjoying life. Well, she drew in that attention that she'd probably been wanting, but didn't know how to get. And here comes my son. And she wasn't looking for him. She wasn't in need of him. I mean, she's an amazing girl. She does not need anyone. But I just love how the moment she stopped worrying, the moment she stopped fearing, the moment she stopped being scared of being alone or not being who she is or being seen poorly for who she is, and then she started being the person she actually is, that is the moment that the world opened up to her in regards to relationships. I'm sure it's opened up to her in many other things, but that one specifically it made me smile because I watched myself, I watched friends, I watched my kids all focus on the wrong things. And then it is so magical when you just stop fearing and start recognizing that by being you, by being happy, by sharing your story, your power, your way of doing whatever it is, that things just start flowing to you. And when you can get over being scared and having that scarcity mindset that it's not going to work out, that you're not going to be happy, that everything happens to other people but not you, that is the moment things will change. Okay, so now that we understand a scarcity mindset, let's shift our focus to empowering the alternative, an abundance mindset. Unlike scarcity, abundance mindset is characterized by a belief that there is enough for everyone. There is enough money. There is vast opportunities and resources available. There is someone out there for you. There is joy and happiness and good in this world, and good things happen to all who want it. That's the mindset. And it builds and it fosters the sense of gratitude and optimism and possibility in your life. And if you can embrace an abundance mindset and shift your focus from a lack of abundance, then you're going to see all the possibilities that you once saw as limitations. I mean, think about that for a minute, right? I know we've all done this. I know we have all gotten it into our head one way or another that your day is going to go this way or it's going to go that way, right? And we've talked about this before. You wake up in the morning and you hit your toe on the corner of the bed, and then you're like, well, crap, that's it. That's how my day's going to go. I've already, my toe hurts. And then you go downstairs and you're out of coffee. So again, you just kind of start to get into this, great, that's going to be that kind of day. And you start seeing all of those negative things versus you get up, you hit your toe, you go, well, that sucked, but okay, let's move on. I'm going to go get some coffee. And you go downstairs and, oh yeah, you remember that you have another bag of coffee in the pantry, you just forgot about it. And great, so now you have coffee. And you change things and you're focusing on seeing the good versus the bad. So when you get into an abundance mindset versus a scarcity mindset, you start actually seeing the things that have been there all along, but you just had blinders up and couldn't see it. I mean, I love this. A lot of you know that my husband quit his corporate job this past year. And that was a huge deal for him. A huge deal for both of us, but a huge deal for him. I mean, he'd been doing that basically his entire adult life. He was very successful at it. And, it was extremely high pain. And the idea of giving that up scared him so bad. It scared him to the point where it took literally a year of discussing it and 2 of our triple R trips for him to realize it was time. And a lot of that had to deal with from the time we've gotten married, actually probably before, but from the time we got married, he would start to worry about money and stuff. And I would say things like, don't worry. Life works out. We're always good. We always have enough. And I just say things like that. And he he would listen to me and appease me, but he also, I know in the back of his head, would think, oh my God, how does she do that? Like, she doesn't know it's going to work out, and I have to make sure it's okay. And he had all this worry. And for whatever reason, I think I've said it enough, or I encouraged it enough, or, in this change for him, I was able to say those things, but also provide an option and provide encouragement and remind him that what's the worst that's going to happen? Like, we have enough money saved. I make enough money. We do well. We have everything we need. And the very worst thing that's going to happen is that I'm not going to be making enough money. And in his new adventures, he's going to not make what he wants to make. And okay, so what? He goes back to his corporate job because he knows, and I know, and everyone he works with knows that they will gladly take him back at any point. So what is there to lose? And when he got over that and he quit his job, and then he spent a little time just doing him and enjoying life a little bit. And then he started building these other businesses that he had a passion for and a love for and an excitement for. Well, you know what happened? He had switched his mindset. He no longer had this scarcity mindset. He wasn't even thinking about that. He was focused on the joy and the love and the passion he had for this new endeavor. And the customers and the clients just roll in, and they continue to roll in. And he continues to build this business while I continue to do me and do the things I do. And that continues to support us as well. And life is abundant and it's great. And most importantly to me, he's happy. And I find it so fascinating how an abundance mindset really encourages you to be creative and collaborative and have this huge willing to take risks. I mean, risks that open doors to new experiences that enrich relationships and just provide like this greater success in life. I think it's amazing. So another part of how these mindsets are in our, impact our lives is they really, truly impact our beliefs and behaviors. A scarcity mindset often leads to a fixed mindset where people believe that their abilities, their talents, their resources, their ability to grow and change are limited. And what happens there is if you believe you are limited, you get into your head that you're not enough, and then you start feeling jealous and competitive and reluctant, and you don't reach your greatest potential. Because if you, on the other hand, have an abundance mindset, well, that fosters a growth mindset. Okay, let me stop there real quick. Maybe you guys don't know the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. So fixed mindset is that, you've learned everything you can learn. You are who you are. There's nothing you can do to change you. You are an old dog who won't do new tricks. Okay? You can't change. You won't change. All those concepts. But a growth mindset, well, that's somebody who has a growth mindset is somebody who believes they are constantly learning, can constantly grow and change and evolve over time. And it doesn't matter how old you are, young, old, whatever it is. I believe everyone can grow and change. And I believe everyone has the ability to have a growth mindset. And I would really encourage you, if you are stuck in something, to realize that you can grow and change and better yourself and this world. So back to how an abundance mindset fosters a growth mindset. So when you have an abundance mindset, it's going to encourage you to believe in the ability to learn and grow and create new opportunities for yourself, which all are going to promote generosity, cooperation, and a bigger sense of shared abundance. Listen, I know there are times in our lives where we just get stuck, and we get stuck in feeling like crap always happens to us. Guy or the girl you want to be with is never going to like you. You're never going to make money at what you love. There's just times in our lives we get stuck in that. And I acknowledge that, and I hear you, and I feel you, and I just want to encourage you to stop. Just stop and find the gratitude, find the joy, find a way to get yourself out of thinking only bad things are going to happen. I'm not going to get that money. I'm not going to finish this. I'm not going to be successful. Whatever it is that you are stuck in that has got you in a scarcity mindset, do your very best. Stop and start changing those patterns. So along those lines, how do we cultivate an abundance mindset? Well, it begins with self-awareness. You have to first identify your limiting belief so that you can start replacing it with an empowering one. So think about that for a minute. What is it you don't think there is enough of? Is it money? Is it success? Is it you? That's a hard one, right? It's really hard to think that you are not enough, but so many of us do that. That has been my limiting belief. I've had very little fear over money and things working out that way, but I have had fear over me not being good enough, or I'm not smart enough, or I'm not, a good enough mom. I mean, all these things, right? All of these things that in my mind I can go spinning about I'm not enough. And so that for me is the one thing that I have to recognize that is a limiting belief and work on replacing it. So I do on a daily basis. I've stopped saying things like when my husband says to me that I'm beautiful, I've stopped saying, no, I'm not. Stop. It's not that I necessarily look at myself and go, oh yeah, he's right, I'm so beautiful. But instead of denying it, I just receive it and say thank you, because that's how he feels. And he has every right to feel that way. And also, I shouldn't question that. I shouldn't question that he does think I'm beautiful, and I shouldn't have so much judgment on myself to think that I'm not beautiful. So I mean, these are just the things, right? You have to identify your limiting belief. You have to recognize when you are falling into it, and then you have to stop yourself and change the story in your head, and then start working to empower yourself towards the opposite, towards replacing that limiting belief. And you know me, a great way to do that is by practicing gratitude and doing it every day and being so grateful for the things in your life. So, for example, those of us who get caught up in how we look, or, our bodies not being exactly the way we want, instead of focusing on that, just having some gratitude. I'm healthy. My body is taking care of me. My body moves me. I'm so grateful that I can run. I mean, there are people out there that can't walk, but I can run. So just having gratitude for those things and starting to shift that mindset a bit, it's a very powerful tool. And then also focusing on possibilities and surrounding ourselves with positivity. And that comes honestly with surrounding yourself with supportive people in your life, because that can make a huge difference. If you are constantly surrounding yourself by friends or family or people who are negative, who constantly make you feel bad, who are always focused on poor me, the bad in life, those kind of things, well, that's going to make it really, really hard for you to stay positive and see the possibility, because it's going to creep into your mind. I think we've talked about this before, how I've recognized in my past, and actually life today too, but when I have surrounded myself with friends who maybe one of them's having a terrible time with relationship, and everything's kind of going bad, well, then you start getting in that mindset of, talking to them and making them feel better. And then you start to see in your own lives those negative things, and everything just kind of becomes this bitch session every time you talk. And it's kind of crappy when you step back and look at it and go, God, is that all we talk about? Is just the negative? But on the flip side, when you surround yourself with people who are like, this is so awesome, I'm doing this, and this is so great, and this is going well in my life, and this is going, I'm doing this over here, and this is happening. It just encourages a more positive, better vibration, better everything, and that just draws more positivity towards you. Another thing to talk about is what happens when you actually embrace an abundance mindset, and how does it positively impact different areas of our lives. First and foremost, an abundance mindset can transform our financial situations. Why? Because it attracts more opportunity and allows us to make better decisions. I mean, just look at Jeff leaving a job that financially was crazy for him to leave. Like, I can't tell you how many people thought he was nuts. How do you leave that? But him changing his mind on not being scared and not having a scarcity mindset allowed him to get out of that, to seek things that make him happy and that bring joy to his life. And that just attracted more opportunity and gave him a chance to look at things differently. And now, I don't even think that we notice, in fact, we don't notice that income is not there. So he must be doing well somehow. But what else? Outside of money, right? Having an abundance mindset can actually make your relationship so much better because you've changed your whole way of being. You are now more collaborative instead of argumentative. You probably have some more empathy for people and compassion rather than being just angry and jealous. I think in the long run, an abundance mindset really nurtures personal growth and resilience and a sense of fulfillment. By shifting from a scarcity to an abundance mindset, you really can unlock your true potential and you'll embrace new opportunities and you're going to create a life filled with joy. Now, the last thing that I really want to leave you with today is to kind of walk you through a guided meditation for abundance. I think I've told you in other podcasts and other blogs and other things that my morning routine includes gratitude, right? We always talk about that. But it also includes gratitude meditation or abundance meditation. And I've listened to so many that I've kind of, even though I still go back to those and I do love listening to them, I have other times where I just do it in my head. I just want to share one with you that I feel has really resonated with me and has very much helped me change my way of thinking. And I hope it does that for you. So if you have a few minutes and you want to do this, get comfortable. Doesn't have to be on the floor. And for those of you who have never meditated before, a guided meditation is just listening and breathing and feeling. So get comfortable, whether that be sitting in a chair or lying down, sitting on the floor, whatever it is. Sometimes I'm sitting on the floor cross-legged because that's comfortable to me. And other times I'm just in my favorite chair. So get yourself comfortable and then close your eyes and just start taking some deep breaths. In through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Just repeat that a few times until you feel relaxed and centered. Now imagine yourself standing in a beautiful garden filled with abundance. Take a moment to look around and notice all the different forms of abundance present in this garden. Lush trees, colorful flowers, abundant fruits and vegetables, birds chirping, hummingbirds flying around, butterflies. Now take a deep breath again and allow yourself to feel the energy of abundance all around you. And as you continue to breathe deeply and relax, allow yourself to visualize the abundance that you want to manifest into your life. It could be financial abundance. It could be abundance in relationships, abundance in health, or anything else that you desire. See it clearly. Paint that picture in your mind's eye and allow yourself to feel the joy and excitement that comes with it. Now, imagine a beam of bright white light shining down from above, surrounding you with its pure and powerful energy, its warmth, its joy. feel this light filling you up from head to toe, cleansing and purifying your body and mind. And as you bask in the light, repeat the following affirmations to yourself, either out loud or silently. I am deserving of abundance in all areas of my life. I am open and receptive to all the blessings that the universe has in store for me. I trust that abundance is flowing to me now and always. Repeat these affirmations as many times as you like. Let them sink in. Let them sink in deeply into your subconscious mind. Now, when you feel ready, take a deep breath and slowly open your eyes. Know that that energy of abundance is now with you and will continue to guide you on your path towards your goals and desires. Thank yourself for taking the time to focus on abundance and know that you are creating a beautiful future for yourself. Well, I hope that today gave you some clarity. It inspired you. It gave you some tools and maybe some tricks. My hope for you, as always, is for you to be able to manifest your life, your dreams. So remember that I believe in you and you can manifest the life of your dreams.